There, Dune Lakes Elementary. This is your school counselor, Miss Turner, and today we're going to talk about gratitude. November is the month of gratitude. What is gratitude? Gratitude is being thankful and sharing appreciation with others. Have you ever received a gift? Do you remember if you said thank you to the person that gave you the gift? Expressing gratitude is a way to show kindness to others, and it is also nice to receive gratitude from those who help. Gratitude is an important part of developing good relationships with others. And now we are going to read You Can Do It, Sam. It happened one winter morning on Plum Street, and the moon was still up, making moonbeams and shadows on Plum Street. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear and Sam were making cakes. They stirred with big spoons, swirling and tasting batter. They peeked in the oven at 2 rows of cakes, golden brown cakes, for their friends on Plum Street. "Come on, Cakes," whispered Sam. "I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait." Mrs. Bear and Sam waited for the cakes. "Now can we go, Mamma?" "Now," said Sam. "Soon," Mrs. Bear said. "Soon, Sam." They waited and they waited, and then at last Mrs. Bear sniffed the air with her nose in the air and said, "I believe our cakes are ready." Mrs. Bear and Sam counted cakes, and there were 12. They tucked them in bags, and there were 12 red bags. Outside, snow tumbled on houses and sprinkled on trees. It powdered the yard and Mrs. Bear's truck. Mrs. Bear and Sam climbed up in the truck that was green. They bumped along in the early light, just the two of them on Plum Street, uphill and down, up and down, to the very end of Plum Street. "Our friends will love my cakes," Sam told his mamma. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. Mrs. Bear pulled up close to the first sleepy house. "Here we are, Sam. I'll wait here, and you can take the cake." "All by myself?" whispered Sam. "Go, go, go!" Mrs. Bear put her arm around Sam. "You can do it, Sam." And off he went, all by himself, in the new snow, all by himself, waving a red bag and waving to Mrs. Bear, all by himself, taking cake to their friends. Sam left the red bag on the door. The sign on the bag said, "A tasty surprise." Then he ran back to the truck, where his mamma was waiting. "I did it," said Sam. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. Mrs. Bear and Sam bumped along, just the two of them, uphill and down, up and down, at each sleepy house. Mrs. Bear stopped the truck. She put her arm around Sam. "Here I go," whispered Sam. "Go, go, go," Mrs. Bear said, and off he went, making tracks in the new snow, waving a red bag and waving to Mrs. Bear, leaving one tasty cake at each sleepy door, all by himself. Until they got home, there were 2 cakes left, in 2 red bags. Said Mrs. Bear. "For us?" whispered Sam. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. Mrs. Bear and Sam held hands on the path to the White House, and the sun was just sunning up the little white house. "Hello, house," said Sam, and they went inside, kicking snow off their boots. Mrs. Bear poured a cocoa in cups, and they were wiggling their toes in their socks, enjoying their cakes with cocoa as their bellies filled up. They took turns telling stories about a bear called Sam, who takes cakes all by himself to his friends, and they all love his cakes so much. And that's what happened on one winter morning on Plum Street. And you see this little mouse right here? That's Sam's friend, and his name is Gratitude. Sam learns that giving can make you feel even fuller than receiving. Gratitude, he discovers, isn't about saying thank you. It's about noticing the joy in others and realizing you helped create it. By the time they returned home, the truck is empty. The house smells like kindness, and Sam feels 10 feet tall. Mrs. Bear pours 2 mugs of warm milk and says, "I'm proud of you, my little helper." Sam smiles. "I'm proud of me, too." Because when you lead with gratitude, even a small bear in a big snowy world can make a difference. Examples of daily gratitude. To classmates. "Thank you for explaining that math problem. I finally get it." Or, "I'm grateful that you offered to help me pack up my bag and take me to the nurse." To teachers. "Thank you for sitting with me and reviewing the work I missed when I was homesick." Or, "I appreciate your dedication to helping me learn." How to show gratitude. Think about what it means to show gratitude. How will you try and show someone gratitude? Practice at home. Keep a journal and write down things you are thankful for each day, like a positive interaction or a fun activity. Gratitude jar. Write things you are grateful for on slips of paper and place them in a jar to be read later with your family. Thank you note. Write personalized thank you cards to a teacher, friend, or civil servant. If you would like to write a note to a South Walton firefighter, beach lifeguard, or sheriff, please send them in to the front office and we will make sure they get them. Thank you for learning about gratitude today. Again, this is Miss Turner, your school counselor. Have a great day, Dune Lakes.